On the Chris McCausland show, Pixie Lott. How you feeling, Pixie?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Well, that makes one of yous. And these two guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for inviting me, mate.
Yeah. Week or in life in general,
they wind me up. To me, it's not ending. The whole thing's a lie. And also, I need to cost implication. But they want to show off by having less.
Struggling to get it in so much, I'll have to admit.
Take massive bags, and I was the kid in the school. You know those ones with the head logo on it?
Yeah.
It was a matter of weeks.
I remember those bags. Those head bags were the ones with...
Own bag and carried me around during history. I've got PTSD from having a big bag.
Let's move on, Pixie. What winds you up?
My pet peeve at the moment, I have to say, is, and it's a bit of a random one, but it's tiny coffee cups.
What's with this?
Right? Because I need my coffee at the moment. We just had a new baby. I'm on the go. I love coffee, and I love large coffees.
Yes.
So only certain places do it, and I think, oh, this is a lovely, cute coffee shop. It's always the really cool, local ones that you want to support. You're like, I'll have a large latte, get all excited, and the coffee cups are minuscule.
Tiny
Why
little...
do that?
Exactly. I want quantity over quality any time. I just want a big coffee in the morning, get me going, and they're always so tiny. And I think it's gone in a lick and it's
You
done.
get the reverse, though, because if you vomit...
To the hinge.
Yeah.
Right, or why you need saucers, because the cup. We've got mugs.
There's some graces, which wouldn't go down well round our way, would
No, it wouldn't, Raffle.
We have to go to an
As long as it's plug.
It has to be large. Quantity over quality. Oh.
Listen, yeah, you've been kicking about the place for 15 years now.
I have.
And you've just got a one. In that 10 years, The Voice Kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing that was something you enjoyed doing, yeah?
No, I loved doing that. It was loads of fun. I think because the kids were so talented, and it's also a route that I grew up doing, so I knew how it felt to be in their shoes. And, yeah, they just blew my mind of how good they were. We got to work with them, work on the songs, and, yeah, I loved doing that.
You kind of knew that you wanted to be a singer, yeah?
Yeah, to be honest, it's all I've ever known, and I still, like, the passion for it hasn't gone away. If anything, it's just got more. So, yeah, I knew exactly how it felt to be in their shoes, and I've done it for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I was reading that when you were a kid, you get a top hat and a cane.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of...
Yes, that is
How old was you then?
From the past. That must have been, I don't know, must have been 10 or something.
10 years old in your day.
Yeah.
Because you had your eyes on the prize.
Well, you never know when they could come in handy. And I was like, oh, I think there might be a talent show at this caravan site. And there was. Yeah. And it did come in handy. I had a little bow tie, I had the full outfit, and I had my tap shoes as well.
Did you win it?
I think you said that I did, if you've done some research. There was a couple I did and a couple that I didn't. But, you know, you've got to learn those lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer.
I'm still hurt.
That's afterwards. No more silvers after that, babe.
At your age, did you? Did you reply to an advert?
Yes.
And pretended you were over 16 when you were 14?
Exactly, yeah. Sometimes you've got to do these little cheeky white lies if they're for the greater good.
Yeah.
And, in the stage newspaper, there was an ad. It said, looking for the next pop diva, and you had to be 16 to audition.
Yeah.
But I was only 14 at the time, but I was like, that just sounds perfect, that's a bit me. And so, yeah, I went up there, lied about the age, the queue of girls. It was actually round the corner, not far from here. I remember it so well.
Yeah.
And, and then that's how it all kind of started. There was a lot of baby steps along the way, but that was the first, like, door that opened, that kind of...
New album, Pixie, Encino.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was for you in your late teens and your 20s.
It's very different. It's amazing to be back because, yeah, music is my number one. I love it so much. And it's just fun to be performing it live and singing the new songs live. And this album-making process was completely different to how I made my previous albums, and it was just me and a small team. And we just did everything with live musicians in mind. It's all really real, raw, emotional, organic sounds. It's the album that I've always wanted to make, and it's just taken me a while to get to this place. I started it as a passion project on the side, and then I just loved doing it so much. I was like, right, let's just do it. It's now or never. I'm just going to do it. And we did it, and it took our time, very attention to detail, and then now it's coming out.
Should we have a look?
Yeah. Thank you.
So when you were making your first 3 albums, I'm guessing you want to do less people sticking their nose in, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. It was kind of like, OK, this is the album I want to make, I haven't been put into this direction before. And I started out so young, so it was always... I had an amazing time, but it was always, you know, led down different directions.
Yeah.
And you should do this and advised to do this. But this was like, OK, I'm going to break away from what I'm doing and I'm just going to do... I went out on my own to make this.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to do it. And so to take control and just do it all in my own way and make this kind of body of work and really craft and not just put out songs here or there. I wanted to make a whole album because I love it.
His mum, I suppose. You've just become a mum as well, haven't you?
I have.
Ellen?
He's 10.5 months now, so we're nearly at the 1 year, which is just mad. I can't believe how quickly that's gone.
You're going to take him with you?
Yes, 100%. I think timing is so weird, isn't it? And I feel like timing is everything. And I didn't know that all this was kind of like going to happen at the same time. But I think it's perfect because now I can bring him along and he's joining in the adventures. He comes to the shows with the ear defenders on. And he's probably like bored to tears with my singing because he hears it all the time. Picture of the new album and a lot of... I don't know if you know Miss Rachel, but we do a lot of Wheels on the Bus.
Right.
And, you know, the classics.
With a baby?
Oh, you've done it?
I do. The
How does
baby,
it work?
I just...
Okay,
but what do you take? You'll take your partner whenever you can, surely?
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine it. All I've done...
The challenge of a baby, I do find a baby easy.
Oh, right, so I've got that to come.
The sleep. Once I got her on a routine, I knew what was going to be happening when. I knew when naps.
Did you plan the flight times around the nap
Everything.
time?
Oh,
Everything.
One step.
So, in other words, Chris, you dinosaur, I take...
On to that in a bit. Let's have a break. The new album, out, Pixie?
It's out on the 27th of September, but you can pre-order it now.
You're in the bit. And then Pixie Lott. Pay much attention?
I saw Celine Dion perform and she was amazing at the start.
So the very first...
I didn't know that. That's
live.
amazing.
Wow.
As I previously mentioned.
Yes.
Ooh, lavish gifts. I think
Come on, Pixie.
That was definitely the most used, that I don't have anymore, maybe because it was the most used, was my Nando's black card.
Oh.
We used it.
It's like this myth.
It was the best thing. We were pretty much in there for breakfast, lunch and dinner at all the different branches, all over the UK.
How?
All the family got involved. And I think that's probably why I don't have it anymore.
You just
Oh, well.
subtly dropped Nando's ref.
Because my family like Nick Grimshaw, Chris, you should know that.
It looks like...
Go for it.
Yeah, I know we're going back to the... I don't want to bring up the packing situation, the flights again, because we've covered that. But... flights.
Yeah.
Unlimited flights.
Business class flights.
First class flights, anywhere, as many as you want,
Unlimited
all the family.
upgrades. Because the seats aren't together. And we hit turbulence.
Scary.
I was reclined. I had my headphones on.
Lose 10,000 feet, I'd be completely unaware. Oh, that's whiskey for you.
That turbulence is so scary, though.
Yeah.
I've had that once, and I just hugged the person next to me, like...
I'm just a curry nut. Maybe a dodgy takeaway, a really nice, freshly prepared bit of Caribbean.
You're going to need those colonoscopies.
I am, yeah. Well, it's...
Yeah.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Built-in irrigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I'd probably go for unlimited. That I've never been able to get right.
Do you not think you'd get fed up if you had them every day? Or do you just love them? No.
You probably wouldn't, would you?
But you just basically...
Dogs! Karen and Pixie. Listen, I don't know how to break this on today's show.
What?
I've got...
Ooh. Sorry, it was a bit delayed there.
Let's do it.
Jason!
Jason!
Hey, Jason. Listen, Jason is known... He's known
Tag
for
me in.
something very... If you can just figure out what that thing might be, you can ask him some questions. Russell, why don't you lead?
I just wondered what your opinion was of my packing.
I did one of the light packing.
And
so
are you?
You pack light, to be honest.
Oh, he's one of those.
It's nothing to do with clothes.
I like to just go, hit the road.
Oh, he hits the road. Do you...
Nothing to do with it.
Do you eat well? Are you a big fan of food?
You're from Liverpool?
You've solved it again, Poirot.
He only said a few words, and I picked...
It's nothing to do with...
Nothing to do with...
Cool.
You look quite strong.
Geographical was getting closer.
Is it?
Ah, he goes travelling.
Kind of.
You're not anything to do with famous or anything like that?
The Beatles.
No, he might research famous scousers like John Lennon or Chris McCausland.
Oh, you're touching. I knew it.
My way down to Newcastle and then right over to Wales, or maybe even Dublin or London. I kind of merge all the accents together. And I am originally from Nottingham,
And this is the thing as well, you're very good.
Yes, it was the accent.
That's one of the hardest accents to do, though. Nottingham. They're hard.
In Australia, it's just quite easy, but to be honest, I've
Why?
for the time
Threats.
being, well,
How did it all get...
originally, and I kind of just did a funny video.
Yeah.
As I was doing the video, I was switching.
Yes!
Shall we do it? Who should we start with?
Go on.
OK, let's start with Chris. Shall we go?
Is it possible?
I think we're right.
Right.
Here we go.
Can someone reset Chris, please?
Give him something to say.
Isn't it?
I think he's a natural.
And,
Shall we go for Geordie?
Oh, that's so hard.
that's one of the easiest ones.
Before I do
Come
this,
on,
Geordie,
Pixie,
Geordie.
just...
It's hard. Don't go Welsh.
Anything
Do not go Welsh.
OK.
Otherwise you
We
will
need to
annoy
really
them.
zone in.
I've got my two trainers here.
See, so it's like a word.
Better.
That's it. You roll the T off the top of your mouth, basically. Yeah.
Better.
So like this.
This album's better than all me others.
Oh, bang on the money. Russell.
Give me like an Irish accent. I'm not brilliant at Irish.
No,
Really
I tell you,
good at
Jason.
You're really good.
Yeah, give me a bit.
Yeah, my back. I think so. If somebody's from Northern Ireland, Norn, iron.
And you
Down.
down.
So I had a history teacher called Mr. Yeah.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Down.
Sit down.
Sit down.
I lost
Right,
it now.
well, can I... Oh, isn't it?
Chrissy's...
Amazing. Do you do the American, like all the really...
Am I the only...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've got to do our accents, aye. So
Oh, yeah,
you've got
but
to do Geordie.
mine's so hard. Like, better.
She can only say one word.
Better.
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 Would you not consider...
Right, listen.
Better.
Perfect.
Pixie,
There was a question mark at the end of it. Yes, yeah.
beginning to...
Would you ever consider
This, so it's really scary.
Amazing.
any circumstances?
But you scare me. Yeah.
Well, then... Right then, Russell, where do we go from there? That round of applause is not only for you, but also for Free Watershed. A little bit out.
I don't know. Last 1,000. When I got to the hotel, and the obstetrician had to check me over because my hand firing baroccas out of one of my orifices during New Year's party. And then
Are you diagnosed or undiagnosed?
ADHD. In
Yeah.
fact, it's so British.
Especially
ADHD.
Russell Kane in a bit. And Russell Kane and Russell. Let's move on to your book, shall we? Pet Selector. You're a children's author, mate.
I know. I didn't want to do another me writing
that's a
2 to
good
5,
idea.
or I want to cat and dog breed guide books. They're quite dry, and so sits around breaking wind on the couch and is as with the history but done funny for 7 to 11-year-olds.
A pet.
Yeah, people don't take pet selection seriously, which is why we have so many dogs and cats up for rehome. They live or allergies. So I've done budgies.
Yeah. On an animal, especially
Yes.
a dog, but especially...
Pet names on humans. My mate.
Well, there we go.
Me.
Game.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
OK. Tin of dinner. Ooh. Let me just put that there for you. This comes from me spending a lifetime consequences. Fancy. We're... I rather catchily like to call... famous person and I've just made up. We're going to take turns, Russ. We're going to... He gave to the zoo. Elvis Presley was... Pixie, over to you. Pig called Max. Is that true or have I made it up?
I think you've made it up. No!
Hey, Russ, over to... Called Russell.
I've made...
Called Russell, Pixie, over...
That didn't have a hoot because it's false.
You're off the mark. Russell, over to Mark. Lark. It's definitely Pixie, over to you. Acting.
I feel like Nicolas Cage would have an octopus, yeah.
And do you feel...
Yeah, I reckon so.
for that.
Come on, bring it on.
How?
on horseback?
Well, I know he had a missus called after your wife and take it on the road. Yeah.
Pixie, over to you.
What? Oh, I'm going to say yes, because it's crazy.
Point for it, she did. Russell.
Yep.
University, because the rules said he wasn't allowed to... Most evil genius.
Yes.
You've probably done an episode. Pixie, over to you. Called Glamour.
I feel like I've seen a picture of her with a ferret, but I just don't know if it's... I don't know if it's too obvious that she would call a ferret Glamour. So even though I want to say true, I'm going to say false.
You're going to question the image in your head. You'd be right not to go with it because I've made it up.
Oh.
Well done. That is the end of the game. Pixie was the winner.
Oh, my God.
Was it George
Come forward. Hold it in the air. Wave it like you just don't care, Pixie.
Oh, you got to get the
Mine
tin.
was
No,
a
pick up
flute.
the... You got to wave...
sorry,
Come
I
on.
was just waving my arms. I get the mystery tin.
Yep.
You get the mystery tin. Try and act happy about it, Pixie.
Wow, this is the best thing.
Practice that Christmassy one.
Oh my
wow,
gosh.
brilliant.
Yeah.